Hey guys, and welcome back to Teal House Farm. I thought I'd take you along today. One of the biggest questions I get more in person than on the channel, but I get it a lot, is about how I plan and do our homeschool week because there are so many children. And since we talk about homeschooling on our channel on and off, but not a whole lot about how it works. And so there might be a question a lot of you have or just curious about. So I thought I would share today how I plan our homeschool week. So this is Sunday afternoon. We did church this morning. We've had lunch, we've had quiet time, all that kind of stuff. And then what I do in the last half of the afternoon is I do all of my planning for the week. I am not a super far in advance planner. I don't plan out homeschool by the months. I just plan it week by week, and I always do it Sunday afternoon so that everything is set up for the week. I find that if I wait until each individual day to maybe pull out books or make copies, it just is absolutely hectic. I'm not the type of person who wants to get up early enough to do that because I find that the noise of, running the copier or me walking around tends to wake the kids up. I do get up first, but I only get up about 30 minutes before the kids get up. So that's enough time to get breakfast ready, not enough time to set out and plan out a whole day. So I do the days on Sunday so that we are all set 100% for the week to come. If you've been around our channel for a while, you'll know we have very limited storage. We're in a very old farmhouse without closets. And so my dad helped me build this shelving unit around our refrigerator. And I use this to store our homeschool things. So there are 4 baskets here. I like these wire baskets the best that the older girls have. When we first started doing baskets, we had these wood ones for everybody, which was fun because they could paint them, but they cannot withstand the amount of weight that the amount of books the older girls had, so the bottoms fell out. But I got these wire ones, that wood one, and that random one. Those are all from Target. They were all $15 or less. I'll try to link them below if they still have them. Our pencils and markers and supplies are in these that are from Target as well. They have 3 divided sections in them. That's worked out great. We use our library a lot, and that really helps us not have to store a lot of things in our house. But let's go ahead and get everything out, and I'll show you how we plan. I will also let you know that in order to get planning done, I need to be able to concentrate. And on Sunday afternoons, after church and naps and lunch and all that kind of stuff, the kids get free range of electronics. They get free range of the snacks. Free range of playing outside in the little fenced-in area we have with the trampoline and stuff. Just whatever they want to do between after quiet time and dinner is 100% up to them. The rule is that you just can't bother mommy. And usually at this time, Sam is sleeping because he not only worked overnight Saturday to Sunday, he then came to church Sunday morning, has finally got home, so he has been up for 18 to 20 hours. First thing I do before we even get to school planning is I went through our calendar for the coming week. So this is an appointment calendar that I get from the therapy office for our daughter who has special needs. So I know when all her appointments are this week, and I use that as my big carry everywhere calendar, and I write any appointments or anything that we have going on that week and Sam's work schedule on it, so it goes with me everywhere. I check that and I fill out my weekly planner for the house. So this is everything we've got going on at the home, so that I have a good idea of if there are any days this week that we are not going to be home, so I know how many school days we're going to do this week. So we school basically year-round. We take a little break off in the summer, and we usually, since I've had a baby almost every year since we've been doing homeschool, we usually end up taking a little break around when the new baby is coming, which we'll do again this year. But basically school is year-round. It started the first week of July. We'll take a little break around Christmas, which was when the baby's due, just a few weeks, and then we'll just head right back in. So I aim for 4 days of school a week, and that plus the kind of year-round schedule gets us plenty of hours. We have to have 1,000 hours in Missouri for our homeschool. So this week, looking at the schedule, it looks like we're gonna go for 4 days, and the 5th day will actually be our homeschool co-op where we go in for classes. So they will be doing 5 days of school this week like they have the last several weeks. But that last day, or it's in the middle of the week, but that 5th day isn't me teaching them, doesn't need planning because I'm taking them to their teachers, to their homeschool co-op classes. Knowing that, I then start in age order from oldest going down to our youngest. So we have 4 that are actively homeschooling, 3 that are legally required to keep records of, if that is helpful to you, but there are 6 children in the home. And so I start with my oldest, who is in 5th grade, and I keep a student planner that I created for them. So I'll get hers out. She got to create her cover using the computer, and then it's just a million pages that look like this for me to fill out each week. What I do is I find the last filled out page. So this is from last Friday, and as you can see on the date, I don't actually write the date we will do school. I write the day, like the number school day. So on Friday, that was school day number 64 for the year. And so we will start with school day 65 will be our first blank. And the reason that I use numbers instead of dates is just purely for my mental health. I used to get really annoyed if something would happen in my planned out week, and what I thought was going to happen on a Tuesday couldn't happen on a Tuesday. Maybe somebody got sick, and then everything felt like it was off by a day because we were actually doing Tuesday and Wednesday. So if there are just numbered days instead of dates on a calendar, if Friday ends up getting done on Saturday, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter what the date is, just the school day number. But when I fill these out, I'm keeping in mind that I think that the days will line up this way. So homeschool co-op will be on whatever day is going to land on Thursday, whatever number that is. And I will plan the week that way, but I feel like I have more flexibility as far as not feeling attached to dates. And again, that's purely a mental thing for me. It may not bother you at all if your dates don't match. So we're going to go ahead and just fill out all of our date numbers, our date numbers for the school days. And today they had a quizzing class at church, which is kind of like an extracurricular. So that's going to actually be for day 65, to get an hour of like an extracurricular. So Monday should be day 66, Tuesday day 67, Wednesday 68, Thursday 69, and Friday 70. I start with my oldest first because she has the most curriculum. She also has the longest kind of school day, and some of the things she does with the next sister in line. So I'm going to figure out what days do I want her to do science this week, and what days do I want her to do some of her more individual things, and whatever days that I assign for things like science, which she does with her younger sister, I will then be able to match that younger sister's schedule with the older sister. I find it easier to go from older down the line to more simple school than try to work from simple school up to complicated, because then I feel like you get to the top and you realize, I really only want to do 3 days of science this week because she's got a big language arts project or something like that. So the best thing, or the easiest thing for me to do, is just to go by subject, and I start with what I feel are the simplest ones to do first, which are like her math, which everything is just numbered in the book in the lesson numbers. So I'll just go through real quick. I'll put the lesson number down for that day. I'll kind of look through the lessons real quick and see if they need any special materials. If they need special materials, I just have a piece of scrap paper here. I'm going to write myself a note. She needs a copy of this page. Okay, baby. She needs a copy of this page, or she's going to need a balloon for an experiment. I'm going to write everything we need for this week, any copies I need to print out on this list. And when I'm all done writing in everybody's book, I will have a master list of what things I still need so I don't forget anything, and then we'll go around and gather those. All right, let's start. So first we start with the easy stuff. We just review those math lessons and just write the lesson number on top because it's already all sectioned out in the book. So that's pretty simple. I make sure I know what subjects are going on and that I understand the topics of the week. So it's real easy flip through on some of these, like the math and then the language arts and the spelling and things like that. It's pretty simple. I have a couple curriculums that are digital. I don't really like digital curriculums. I'd much rather have printed books for the girls, but sometimes cost means that you got to take the digital curriculum. So for those, I go through the curriculum online, and then everything is all written out for her. So 5th grade is ready to go. I put away all of her books so we don't get confused while we're getting the next sister ready, and I take out the books for our 3rd grader. First thing I do is get her assignment pad, which she designed the cover on as well, and then I copy down any subjects on the days that she's going to do them with Big Sister. They do science together, they do their Bible together, and sometimes they do their reading together if we're doing like a history-focused reading unit. Then same thing, I start with math because that's the easiest. Just review the lessons real quick and write the lesson number on each day. Okay, all 3 kids that have to have records kept now have their planners filled out for the coming week. My youngest that does school is 5, and she does kindergarten with her next oldest sister because she's ahead of the game. She's reading really little. She's reading when she was like 4, and so she started kindergarten early, so she just does the same thing that the next sister above her does, and you know, we'll sort out the years later, but she's too little to need me to keep any records for her, and so I don't bother filling out a separate pad for her. She's just gonna do the same books, just her own copy of the books that her older sister is doing, and they just do it together. So the next thing that we need to do, we have our list of all the things that we need to print off, and there's a couple things that we need for a science experiment that I need to check the pantry to see what I have. So we're gonna go print everything off and we'll be right back. Okay, all of our stuff that we need has been printed. I have a few things that I need to buy for a science experiment, so they're on this list that I am now going to write into my home planner on my shopping day. Just leave a note in the corner so that on shopping day I remember which things I need, because I know a piece of paper like this is going to get lost. But I think we're pretty much ready for the week. And so tomorrow the girls just have to take out their assignment books, and they'll see what things they're supposed to accomplish that day, and all the materials they need for everything they're going to do are inside their boxes, so there's no searching around the house for anything. The only thing that we might have to pull out is for the science experiment, which is not until Friday anyway, but those things I'll have probably in the refrigerator because they're food items actually, but I'll have those things collected for them, and just when it's time to do science, I will pull them out. Science we do together anyway, they don't do those independently. And that is how I plan my week, and now it feels less overwhelming, even though there are 4 kids to do school. Everything they need is already set up, and so when it's time to get started, we can go ahead and get started, and I'm not distracted by having to make copies or having to try to figure out what this math lesson means because I hadn't looked at it yet. Everything's been looked through. I understand everything that's going on this week. We have our goals set for this week, and we're ready to go. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope this was helpful for you. We will see you all again really soon.